Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Call of Cthulhu. Now our case brings us to Darkwater. We're gonna go talk to Captain Fitzroy and try and figure out what happened to the Hawkins family, and in particular Sarah Hawkins, and whether or not she had delusions or visions. As the painter's family and home burned down on this island. And as we investigate the island, we are going to find our way to the warehouse.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. So I'm guessing that woman who is down in the pub there is the one who's bringing the liquor here.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Well, for a defunct whaling island, it's not unreasonable.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
You know, we found the can.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
I guess this is telling us how much meat from what types of whales they brought in.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
The second volume teaches ethics and good practice of medical staff. Medicine progress.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
This is a photograph of a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy. He's posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. No name on the back, no date.
What a macabre souvenir.
That's the
What a
wooden leg.
macabre souvenir.
Harpoon gun. I think that's all we can examine for now. Still only have one CP. Alright, let's go speak with Fitzroy, see what he's saying. Seems like there was another area here.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done,
let's see what they're saying.
join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? So he was hiding something. What were you hiding, Charles? Rain slicker, some coats.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No,
Or
it
what
was
they
none
were.
of my business.
Fair enough.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
Okay.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
So we have quite a few that unlocked due to our examination.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already
Gotta
you
have.
think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
Ah,
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I've already read it, but maybe I'll go check it again.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch.
Not at all. It's an episode. Go read this. It's this.
Okay.
Can you tell me where the...
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood.
I think that's everything.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Alright, and we got another point. I might save it for now. Or I can put it more into hidden spots. I think we'll save our points for now. James Fitzroy, the captain of the Cherubis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the harbor master's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. Alright, so let's go see that wooden leg again, if there's anything else about it. Probably not.
What a macabre souvenir.
Nothing new. So I should be able to go that way now. It looks like this path is unlocked towards the harbor, or the warehouse.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
Well, I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean, they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
So there's some sort of mobster taking over this small little town on this small little island.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader
What?
and appear at
Another
various
break?
locations.
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But
he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson. We'll return right after. Just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Alright, so let's go see what's in that alleyway then. Can't get back here. Hey buddy, what are you doing hiding over
You saw
here?
what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, Nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Okay, so we can't go much further here. Looks like this car's blocking the way. Let's see what's inside the warehouse, shall we? Spot hidden items allows you to detect. The ladder goes up there.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A handle. It must come from these old winches.
I see. If I didn't have hidden items upgraded as much, I might not find
A
stuff.
whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
So there's still hidden items around here. Let's go up.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
So I still need a gear or something to attach. So there's still something missing. Doesn't look like I can find it though. Maybe I need to come back here later. Oh, we got it.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Okay, we got everything. Ah, I had to light up the area.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Do I have enough strength to do it? Ooh.
Damn, I broke it.
Okay, so we can't use this way anymore. Guess I didn't have enough strength.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no
No idea.
you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
She's nothing to mess with.
I'm getting careless.
Maybe I should have put more into strength.
I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Okay, so I'm over here by the warehouse.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Yeah,
Quieter.
they're drunk off your gourd.
That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Suppose not.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've
I
taken
guess
enough
that's all
of
we'll
your
get
time.
out of them.
We'll see you later.
So I still need to find a way in here.
Something coming. Something real bad.
These wounds. I know of no...
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're not.
You didn't tell me...
Because it... And I don't... Now please.
You can't understand.
You
You're
bastard.
not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
No point talking to them.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who. I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks. Not even. And don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
No, if it gets out, I'll have...
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that piece...
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
Still nothing I can do with this. So then where do I go? What do I do?
I bet you don't see one like her every day, do you?
Yes. Cat is an extraordinary woman.
Damn right. There's nobody more intimidating than her on the docks. Except the captain,
see that
of
now.
course. But you're lucky that she left you alive. She must think that you can be of use to her. With that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too long.
Fair enough, man. Cat, gang boss of bootleggers which seem to use Darkwater as their hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of abandoned warehouses on the dock. I have the impression that all men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. Let's go talk to the captain. See if he's got anything new to speak to us about.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island. but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type. You're back again. What can I do for you?
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me.
So I tried to use the tunnel, but I couldn't get under there.
You again.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the main, then...
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Let's see.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that
People take
day,
it seriously.
the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
No.
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from
What
around
rumors?
here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its own, but anything else.
That'll be all for now.
Do you like our song?
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
Yeah. Tell me
An
more about
old
it.
family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't
Were
talk
they?
about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking, El, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
That I do, madam.
Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of
Now
the
we're
first
getting
whalers.
interesting.
These people truly worship their ancestors.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Fair enough.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Not at all.
I'm very serious. A whole family died in a fire, and I've got reason to believe that there's still more to be said on the subject.
Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
Good.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I
Sounds
have
fair.
a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like
They're a
everyone
joke.
else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
It's a sign.
He's a bit of an idiot.
Coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
I like her design. Not at all feminine. Well, except for the close-cut clothing. But she dresses more masculine in order to put on a masculine air. Which you really needed as a woman if you had wanted to show any sense of power against men.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh. Okay.
And she can back it up too. That knife she's got is not just for show. Anything in the corners? No. Can't climb the ladder.
Be a gentleman and move that for me.
So I'm guessing if I could have opened that on my own, we would have been over there. No, you kind of just jumped there.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Oh, you'd be a great mother.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Enter reconstruction mode. Okay, so now I'm seeing it as it was before.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Another one of the paintings.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it.
nothing about that article.
It smells as bad as it looks.
So we got fresh guts here. Painkillers, sleeping medication, broken mirror bandages, an occulted painting. So I have 4 CP left. I could put that into strength, but maybe elegance? I kind of want to put it more into hidden spots. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this storehouse recently houses a clandestine residence. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted. Probably removed from wounds, as well as sleeping pills, painkillers. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attached by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photographs and press cuttings. It is the discovery of a partially charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. So is there nothing else here to have? I was expecting a little more.
Oh, someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again.
Hey,
I told
Bradley.
you to stay away from this warehouse.
Let's test psychology.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrew,
So you're the one blocking the path.
The door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Yeah, your team's not that smart.
God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
She's got attitude
Come
for
on,
days.
keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge.
All the way up there,
See the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
It's a long ways away. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as partly charred painting. Interrupted by a search by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion, where we'll try and find out how a painting from that burned wreck of a building ended up down at the docks. You got a gnarly scar on your cheek there. Looks good in this close-up shot. Someone's watching us from the shadows.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion.
This place looks a wreck. I love it.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I got other questions.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And as
you
you'll
got some
see,
humanity, Bradley.
in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes.
See if there's something else going
If
on.
something
if you missed
escaped
something.
us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
It's good to know you're actually a cop.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there.
How so?
Unless you still have questions.
You thinking he made some bad investments?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Yeah, let's
Night
go.
falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
It's always good to go with a friendly face. Just gonna run over here quick. I don't see anything. This way is blocked. Okay, so this leads to the house. Guessing he's leading me to Silas. I laid me down to sleep. I await the Lord. So is this where they're buried?
Poor kid.
Simon Hawkins.
Poor kid.
Someone broke the flowers for Charles, though.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Doesn't seem like there's anyone else here in the lot. Only these three are buried here.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Poor kid. Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
As if it were rebuilt. Hilltop House, built in 1693 by Reverend John Whitwood. Alright, we got 4 CP now. Wait, didn't I... I guess I cancelled out instead of confirming it. So I think we'll leave it there for now. We'll continue on into the mansion in the next episode. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.